Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, Carl. So we have announced 2 weeks ago a new camera, which is called OR. So previously, the company was called Fideltiy, and we spent the last 4 years to develop video stitching software. And what we were really doing is doing a live. We were focusing on live in VR. And most of the people, until we announced this camera, were using GoPro camera, and there was a lot of drawback with GoPro camera. So we have been developing a live camera that requires a single cable, and you just plug the camera to a stitching box, and you can instantaneously stream, for instance, onto YouTube now. So the video lasts 1 minute. I will let you show the video. So we've been announcing this camera early April, and April has been an exciting month for live in VR because last week YouTube just announced live in 360 as well, and they did an event in Coachella in Los Angeles, and they used our software to do this event, and it was a really very exciting time for us. Tomorrow there will be a keynote at in the show floor, beyond the show floor, and we are exciting also to broadcast the show floor in 360. So be sure tomorrow to go at vrexpo.com/360-live, and you will be able to experiment, either on youtube.com or with a cardboard, the live from the keynote. You can check our camera on the show floor in live. You will be able to watch it, with a Gear VR headset with 2-second latency, 3-second latency. So please check it out, and if you have any question, I will be happy to respond to any of your questions you may have. Thank you.
I'm Rock Nakajima. I'm the Director of Marketing from Noitom. First of all, I'd like to thank Carl and all the team from SVVR. This is one of the best events in the industry, and we're really proud to be here and to have been here from almost the very beginning. Noitom is a company that does IMU-based motion capture, and what we launched this year was Project Alice. And what we're showing at the show this year is Project Alice, which is a B2B solution for virtual reality. And everything that's been done so far has been more focused on single-player virtual reality, things like Oculus and Vive. And what we're focusing on is more multiplayer, large space, and object interaction. So we launched this actually at GDC early on this year, but this solution was only available in China until now. And what we're really announcing here is that we're going to be actually making this available outside of China later on this year for about $100,000. So this complete solution is actually a 20 by 30 space with 5 users, complete solution that allows you to interact with objects. 5 users can be in the same space at the same time. Includes all the software, hardware, SDK, and support as well. So the best way to really explain this is for you to come by our booth and experience Project Alice. It's a very unique experience and something that will definitely change the way not only theme parks, but all types of educational experiences will be done in VR in the future. So please come by our booth and try this out. Thanks.
Next up, we have Todd Hooper from VReal. Yeah, Todd.
Thank you, Carl. As was said earlier, Carl, we're very grateful for you putting on this show. It's one of my favorite shows, and it's great to be back here again. So let me see, that's working. Awesome. Let me tell you a little bit about VReal. I'm here today to announce our company. And first of all, I want to start off and talk a little bit about some trends that I'd seen in the industry. So one of the trends that most people here will be familiar with is games over the last 5 years have turned into entertainment media with people watching games and esports online. There are actually now more people watching games on platforms like Twitch and YouTube than there are playing games, which is pretty cool. So the other big trend, I think you guys probably know about this one, is virtual reality. I'm a personal believer that VR is the future of games. When I first saw my first Oculus, when I tried a sneak preview of the Vive back in 2014, I really saw that this is the evolution that gamers have been going towards for probably 10 or 20 years now. And gamers, when they try VR, they're very, very excited about VR. So that's great. We've got this great streaming community, people that are watching games, and we've got all these new VR games coming. How do we bring those things together? So I stole this image from HTC. This is a kind of a cool image, right? Someone's playing a VR game, and there's some people having some social interaction with her. Of course, there's a couple of things that are maybe a little bit strange about this image. Of course, she cannot see the people that she's with. That's just the nature of having a VR headset on, as you know. But more importantly, how many times have you been to a Twitch or a YouTube streamer's house and sat on their couch? Probably never. They'd probably call 911 if you turned up to do that. So we saw this and we thought, you know, this is cool if your friends want to come to your house, but what if you want to get together in a virtual place and actually play the games that you love? We've built a place like that. It's called VReal. You can get together in VReal with friends and then play the games that you love, the VR games that you're very excited about. So what does it look like? Of course, it's very hard to describe something in VR. Invite you to come back to our demo room and see the preview. Basically, VReal is a place where you get together with friends. You can see here a couple of the developers from the office. They're looking at a game called Surgeon Simulator from Bossa Studios. They can get in there, jump in, and one person puts the headset on, they're streaming the game. Anyone else who puts the headset on can move around the game freely, have their own independent point of view of the game. So we're re-rendering the games in real time for everyone that's watching. It's a year of very difficult and challenging technology development, and this is something that's not been done before to my knowledge. How does it work? Without going too much under the covers, the native VR rendering is basically for people with Vives and Rifts. They're able to see the game in real time from their own independent point of view. If you are still on a web page or maybe you're on a mobile device, we can stream live to you. We can stream to you on your traditional web page. We can take those streams to Twitch and YouTube as well. How about if you have a 360-degree, like a mobile VR headset, a Samsung Gear VR, or perhaps a rumored device from another company that might be coming? You could put that on and see the stream in a VR 360 video format as well. So what this means is you can create these amazing VR streams, but they can reach anyone. They can reach millions of people, any kind of platform from a VR stream. That's not been done before either, as to my knowledge. So that's what we've been working on. We're pretty excited about it. We'd love for you to check it out. We started showing it to people under NDA at GDC this year. We did about 70 previews at GDC. And I love Stephanie's quote. Stephanie's the head of VR research at Superdata. You're probably familiar with her. And a lot of people like it, so that's cool. If you have questions for the PR team's here, please send them an email. You can grab Lizzie, check out the Twitter handle for some of the coverage we got this morning, and you can visit vreal.net. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Todd. That was awesome. Next up, we have Mr. Philip Rosedale from High Fidelity. Take it away, Philip.
Sure. Got it. Well, SVVR has always been a special thing for us. I think the first demo of High Fidelity was at SVVR, if I remember. And I think it was about 3 years ago. So we started, our development's been going on now for about 3 years. We're High Fidelity. We're 25 people at this point, and we got some good announcements for you today. VR Beyond Gaming, I think the first, and we're hearing this already in the conversations today, everything you're seeing I think follows the same trend. The first stage of VR is immersion. It's just getting the headsets working, and obviously they're just coming out right now. Everything we've been talking about historically has been about that immersion experience, and a lot of that's been about gaming, you know, the remarkable single-player experiences that you can have. But really, shared VR, the problem of getting people into the space together is a fundamental problem with some big challenges and also huge opportunity. I think that shared VR is going to be a much bigger phenomena than even the excitement that we've had around this first stuff. Networking is a critical part of that. If everybody's going to go in a space together, not just audio, but also physics and scripts and animations and all that stuff has to work so that we can all see it together. The content has to be portable. If we're sharing and we're running multiple spaces of some kind, there's a huge benefit to having some portability in content. Today we have mesh, that's about it. Hyperlinks, you got to be able to go from one server to another. Those servers, they're not going to be hosted. You've got to be able to deploy this stuff. We need a platform that we can develop things on, deploy our own servers. And then finally, I'm not sure that it's necessary that this be true, but I think it's very likely. All this stuff has to be open source. It has to be open protocols and formats. And that's where we are. So this picture again shows all that. Imagine a world where two people can talk to each other, full body motion, they can manipulate objects. The things on the things on the shelf in the back there can be things that maybe they brought from another place to here. This is the vision of what shared VR is. And in fact, let me just show you a clip from High Fidelity as it's working today.
Hey everybody, this is Ryan from High Fidelity, and I'm wearing an Oculus Rift, and I've got these hydras for my hands.
And I'm Caitlin with an HTC Vive Pre and hand controllers.
And we wanted to show you really quickly with these hand controllers how we could both play a quick game of tic-tac-toe on our whiteboard here. I'm sort of jumping ahead. Oh, I see. I didn't win there, but anyway, you get the idea.
So that's pretty cool. Two people on two different headsets in two different places in one server. So what we're announcing today is what you just saw, which is the Sandbox, the beta today of High Fidelity Sandbox. It's a free, completely open source, comprehensive development platform for doing shared VR. You can download it right now, this morning, at that link, at our download page. What happens when you download it is you will get a sandbox, a server on your own machine that you can invite somebody to 30 seconds later. We're going to show a demonstration of that later today. And they'll show up in that space with you. The space that you'll be in looks exactly like that room I just showed you. You can come to our booth outside and you can jump into that room in a Vive or an Oculus, talk to other people, pick up things and throw them at each other. And for content developers, you can begin using this full stack right now to build shared experiences. We think the feature set we have to enable you to do that is completely distinct. I don't think there's anything out there like it yet. And our hope is to actually, in the coming months, see people starting to build some pretty amazing stuff. We are also having a hackathon this weekend at the Upload Collective in San Francisco. There's tons of people coming to that. If you have any interest in that, come to our booth, talk to us about it, talk to me about it, and we might be able to bring you to that if you'd like. We're going to have people building things there, and you'll see us featuring in the coming weeks the content that they're actually developing in High Fidelity. So it's an exciting day for us and lots of hard work, and hope you give it a try. Thank you.
I'm Tom Impalameni, CEO of Virtually Live. We're demoing here today. First of all, just to reiterate what the other people said, congratulations to Carl and his team for, again, an excellent event, and we're very much looking forward to this year's SVVR. I'll keep this brief. Virtually Live is a true VR experience for live sports. So we're not a gaming company. We're actually our vision is to put fans at the heart of the action and give them something beyond 360 video or a room with a screen, but to actually put them in the experience. So what I'm going to show you today is two recent examples of what we've been up to. So the first is from the Scottish League Cup semi-final and final in the UK. So we actually worked with a soccer partner here, and this gives you an idea of what we are working on. So we take real-time tracking data and we render to a 3D virtual environment. This is using actual data from the Scottish League Cup semi-final, and I'll let it run here to give you a flavor. As you can see here, what we do is we render in real time. It allows fans to take any seat in the house to watch live and to interact with their friends. And most importantly, we give people something that they can't currently get with filmed VR, which is to actually be able to go down onto the field whilst the game is going on and watch from the position of players or watch from the position of the referee, to take any position on the field and to be able to re-watch. So this is the Scottish League Cup semi-final example. The second sport that I'm going to show you is Formula E. Formula E is a long-standing partner of ours, and we've been working with them all season. The next race upcoming that we're going to be featuring is Berlin on the 21st of May, and this will hopefully give you a little bit of an idea of what we're up to with them. So that was from the recent race at Long Beach. The next race that we'll be covering will be on the 21st of May in Berlin. We're also covering all the races to the end of this season. And the app will be published publicly in Q3, at which point they'll become publicly available for all fans around the world to attend. So hopefully that gives you a flavor of what we're up to. Any questions, or if you'd like to try out what we're producing, please pop over to our booth. Thank you very much.
All right. All right. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everyone who made announcements today. Please, most of these companies, I think all of these companies are demoing here. So VReal is in a private suite, so you have to contact those guys, but everyone else is on the show floor. And with that, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomorrow we will have a quick pitch session before the keynotes at, I believe, 9 a.m. And that will be every exhibitor exhibiting here will have 20 seconds to tell you what they're doing. So if you want to get a really broad overview in a condensed format, very rapid fire, please join us for that at 9 a.m. on the keynote stage on the other side. And enjoy the rest of SVVR. Thank you.